For years we've heard that it is not okay for kids to have too much screen time. But in 2016, the American Academy of Pediatrics announced they had changed their recommendations for screen time for elementary school-age children. Rather than recommending a specific amount of time, they now recommend that each child gets a healthy balance between healthy activities and screen time. Children today not only get screen time at home, but they also get it in the classroom at school. Because the use of technology in education is expanding, it is important to know about its use in a traditional classroom, a flipped classroom, and an online or long-distance classroom. Let's look at the three different types of classrooms that could use technology. So one type of classroom that uses technology is the traditional classroom. The National Education Association defines traditional education as any means that includes face-to-face interaction between the instructor and the student. This is your typical, a child walks into a school building, into a classroom with a teacher in the room. On an article in Lancaster Online, Newhouse writes about how Hambright Elementary School uses technology in a centers-based instruction model. In a centers-based instruction model, students are split into small groups and they move from center to center, one of which usually includes a station where they use laptops to play either reading or math games. Paradise Elementary School uses iPads for whole class instruction. They allow the students to use them for no longer than 20 minutes at a time. They use them for apps that will read a story along with the teacher, or for an app like Splash Math, which allows the students to play math games, which then adapt according to that student's individual ability, which allows for a more specialized instruction. Textbooks are available as digital books that are aligned to educational standards and easily adaptable according to the U.S. Department of Education. Another form of technology used for whole class instruction is the smartboard. Smartboard has taken the place of the chalkboard, and teachers use these boards during instruction as their chalkboard. They also can use them to show videos and other online content during instruction, or they can use them to offer brain breaks to their students throughout the day on websites such as GoNoodle. These are just a few ways that technology is used in the traditional classroom. Now let's look at what a flipped classroom's technology use looks like. A flipped classroom model is one where the student watches the lessons at home online and then they come into class prepared to do their homework with teacher's guidance. According to an article on the BBC, this trend of flipped classrooms started in the United States. Salman Khan is a huge proponent of the flipped classroom. He's a teacher who started recording instructional videos and posting them to YouTube to help his nephews with their schoolwork. This led to the creation of the nonprofit website Khan Academy, which offers a ton of different instructional videos in all different subjects, as well as assessments and practice assignments. A flipped classroom would require the students to access their technology outside of the typical classroom setting and come into the classroom ready to put that knowledge into practice. The U.S. Department of Education is running a $3 million trial to find out how effective this method of instruction is. The flipped classroom relies heavily on technology for the instruction of their students. Another classroom that relies on technology is the online or long-distance classroom. A long-distance classroom makes use of technology in elementary education as well. The NEA defines distance education as courses being delivered by the internet with no face-to-face interaction between the student and the instructor. 48 out of the 50 states currently support online learning opportunities, either as the sole means of instruction or as a supplemental program in addition to a regular classroom instruction. The Florida Virtual School is a fully online school for students in grades K through 12, and this school also offers opportunities for a blended education where students can go access their website from a normal school classroom. There are several district-operated online schools in a variety of states like Wyoming and Colorado, and they offer the use of a computer to families whose students enroll in their programs. Rocket Ship is an elementary charter school that offers a hybrid school in California. Students work in a computer lab for certain parts of the day, and then the rest of the day they're in a regular classroom with their teachers. Technology is the driving force behind distance or online learning. So in conclusion, a traditional classroom, a flipped classroom, and an online classroom all make use of technology in elementary education. Technology use continues to expand in the education field, even at the elementary level. Is this much screen time good for children at this age? And are schools achieving the balance recommended by the American Academy of Pediatrics, or are we raising a generation of tech zombies? Thank you.